To always get the latest Game Tea, do not forget to follow us on social media. You can find us on Facebook at The Game Tea Podcast, and you can find us on Twitter at Game Tea Podcast X. We post memes, gaming news, retweet friends of the pod, and of course let you know when new episodes are available for your listening pleasure. Links are all available in the description of this episode, so check them out after the show, and thank you so much for listening to the Game Tea Podcast. Hello, everybody, and welcome to another episode of the Game Tea Podcast. My name is JP.
And I'm Zar.
We alluded to it before, but Game Tea is working on something huge right now. We are working with Mustaches for Kids on a very exciting event coming up very, very soon, right, Zar?
Oh, yes. It's in 2 weeks on May 13th at the Hale Varsity Club in Omaha, Nebraska. And so naturally, to do this event justice, we brought on a guest today.
Special event needs a special guest.
Special event needs a special guest.
So, ladies and gentlemen, please give us a warm round of applause for Jamie Holiday, whose title I don't actually know. Yay!
Welcome to the show.
Thanks for having me.
It's, you know what's really fascinating about you is, like, you're not the first guest we've had on. The guests we usually have on are a lot more knowledgeable about video games. So.
Yeah.
But hey,
he's like, yeah, that's fair.
Every guest we have brought on before has never been so generous by bringing in the booze.
Oh, we'll get there. There's a lot of booze.
But
There's a lot
there.
here. Christine might have to pick me up.
Uber help!
Mom, I froed up.
Throwed up everywhere.
All right. So, Jamie, tell us about what you do. Tell us about who you are, and tell us about Mustaches for Kids, what you do, the whole shebang, man.
Yeah, so I work for the local distribution house for Molson Coors, but we work with Pkwy, last podcast you guys talked about Seamus O'Healy being the whiskey sponsor, which is actually just a whiskey company that I made up, which is actually Seamus O'Healy is my mustache name this year. So every year that we do growing,
You have a mustache name? I want a mustache name.
You can't even grow a mustache.
Shut up!
we have awards for that.
I don't want that award.
We have the nastiest stash, so you absolutely could try to win an award that way. But no, so we are a group of a whole bunch of dudes. I think we just found out yesterday we're at 200 growers so far this year. We're looking to get to the 300 mark, and I think the overall goal is 350. We'll have some guys that will join up and then, kind of fall off or whatever. But, having 300 dudes that are going out there and trying to raise money is great. Last year, I think we were at like 230-ish that were growing and raising money and that sort of stuff. So for Mustache for Kids, I'm just a grower. We have our board of directors that kind of gets the charity partners and everything going. I'm just here to set up events, drink a lot, and make a fool of myself.
Yeah.
That's what my role is with Mustache for Kids. So
Well, you're on the right show.
yeah.
No, that's absolutely true. And a grower of mustaches, right?
Yeah.
Oh, that's
Yes,
okay.
yes.
Okay,
I heard that term
okay.
thrown out a couple times. So what do the growers do? So you've mentioned this a few times that people grow mustaches. And what does this all entail?
So we have our clean shave. So the mustache you guys are currently seeing is getting shaved off on May 4th. Right before this, I had a full size beard. I did an event on last Wednesday, and so the 26th, and we kicked off the whiskey down at Pkwy, and was supposed to shave off my beard for the event. We had a whole bunch of technical difficulties down there, and we were doing a bingo night. Couldn't get the bingo board to display, and so it ended up being where at the end of the night, somebody was like, I thought you were going to shave that beard off. You got to shave that beard off. And I'm like, it's 10 o'clock, 10:30 at night. There's no light outside. Like, we can't do that. And I have a buddy who's a photographer who was there with us, and he goes, well, we could do this Blair Witch style. So we went to the back alley at Pkwy and shaved off my beard down to this mustache. And so
Blair Witch style.
there will be a video. It's fantastic.
Oh, I can't wait to see that.
And so, yeah, we shaved out the beard, just rocking it for this week. Been doing a couple photo shoots or whatever with the whiskey to show a mustache, because otherwise I just look ridiculous without any facial hair. But yeah, so I'll shave this off on Thursday this week. And then, so then the rules are you have to not shave your upper lip for basically the month of May. We go a little bit into June. Just kind of depends on the year, but every week we have little check-in points on Thursdays, and you're just basically supposed to grow a mustache, ask all your friends and family and colleagues and random people on the street to donate money to the charity and make a fool of yourself to try and get as much money raised as possible. So that's what the Mario Kart Mustache Madness kind of was birthed out of the fact that we've talked about the fact that none of us have ever done a Mario event last year, and we had 4 dudes dressed up as Mario. Our Stash Bash, which is our like end of the year party, it's a costume party, and we had like 4 dudes dressed up as Mario. And so we were talking about, I'm like, we got to do that. And I'd heard that Hail Varsity had done an event and found out you guys, and so it was like match made in heaven because we absolutely are all about the mustaches. So
speaking of that, I just realized you and I could do a perfect Wario and Waluigi.
We could probably,
Yeah, I don't know if you know who that is. It's like the fat version of Mario. He's like, I know Wario.
I'm very familiar. So.
Yeah, and Liski's got a little weight on him, so you can be Wario.
But no. So like the whole point of Mustache for Kids is we have, like I said, a whole bunch of growers, and even the board members for the most part. The females outside of that are not growing mustaches, but we're all just basically raising money individually. So Seamus O'Healy is my other persona that I turn into in the month of May to try and raise as much money as possible. And my goal this year is to raise $10,000 myself.
Wow.
And so that's why we're doing a lot of these events and stuff. And to be honest, it's not even going to come close to being top 10 for the guys in this group. So last year we had 2 guys that raised over $50,000 a piece.
Wow.
You know what? At least you're doing something. We just run a podcast about video games.
There's still opportunity. We got Clean Shave on Thursday. You guys could start growing a mustache and raising money with me. So.
You don't understand. You see this?
Oh,
this is
I do.
like 3 weeks worth of work.
And I've already said that you could have nastiest. If that's 3 weeks, you are a shoe-in for nastiest.
Oh, boy.
Yeah. Oh, you got to enter now.
All right, so our place in this, Zar, is we are going to be assisting with the Mario Kart event.
Yes, we are helping facilitate the gaming of the event with
what we
mirroring of TVs, hooking all the fun stuff up, and just making sure everything runs smoothly.
I think we can do that. We got a few of these under our belt.
Oh yeah. It's going to be a great time, and everybody out there should definitely be at the Hail Varsity Club on May 13th. It's for a great cause. It's for the kids, and you get to sit around and drink and play Mario Kart all day. What better
what
Saturday could you have?
The best part about being the MC for the event, because I'll be the MC. Yeah. It's what I do. I'm good at talking and just not shutting the hell up. Of course, banquets just show up in your hand. Like, you know, you'll turn your head and there's just a beer there. I love doing these events. It's a lot of fun. Oh, and the kids or whatever. But...
That's pretty much Mustache for Kids. I mean, like I said, on Thursdays, we do all our checkpoints and stuff, and it's just absolutely everybody drinking because you've been working your butt off all week or whatever to raise as much money as you could. And
you deserve a beer.
Oh, a beer is short about 7 or 8. So it's good. A lot of guys have Uber set up pretty much every single Thursday for the month of May. So
right on.
Uber fleets rolling out for Mustaches for Kids.
All right, so speaking of the alcohol, first of all, let's move on because I know we're doing a bit of an abnormal episodes, but listeners didn't think we're going to get away without us talking about what we're drinking.
And we are drinking a lot tonight.
You don't understand. The two of us are used to drinking like Busch Lights. Occasionally, I'll spoil us with something from like a local brewery.
Well, I think last week you guys do an Oktoberfest last week?
Yeah, we did.
Yeah, what was up with that?
It was a Goose
Oktoberfest in April.
Here's the back of my fridge beer.
Now, you've brought 3 drinks in, and first of all, I want to talk about the whiskey because Seamus O'Healy. Yeah. You could have totally fooled me and said, "Yeah, that was my grandpa," and it was just. That's an Irish-sounding name, man. You did good. You did a good job.
Named after your mustache. I want to drink it even more now.
So the mustache name is actually the reason we did the whiskey this year. So Pkwy and I have talked about doing a whiskey for years now, and we just couldn't figure out how we would do it, and so it was one of those things where we've been trying to figure out how we're going to make this happen, and I've been using ChatGPT to create my whiskey or my mustache name this year. And
what'd you type in? Just great mustache. So what'd you type in?
Seamus is Jamie. O'Healy is the holy or holy, or there's a couple different translations for it. But basically, I asked ChatGPT, I go, what would Jamie Holiday be in Gaelic? And so it gave me a whole list. It said Seamus is definitely the first name, and then here's a list of like names that could kind of translate because there's no exact other than Holiday, which is holy day, which is the literal translation for it. But holiday is as English as it comes, and the Irish normally are like, yeah, screw you, we're not using your words over here. So so when I send out the list to a couple, like my wife and a couple friends that also grow, and I was like, hey, what do you guys think about this? Everybody kind of went to this name, was like, that sounds like an Irish whiskey. And so
it's so perfect.
I was like,
there's even a mustache on the label. Did you notice that?
I did not.
not
I was
even
just looking at that.
Yeah.
so
And you even fooled me last week when you were telling me about this whiskey, because I completely thought this was an established brand. Like, you had mentioned it, and I was like, oh, I'd never tried that before, but that sounds really good.
yeah, so it is 100% fictitious-ish. I mean, it's obviously real whiskey. The liquid that's inside, so Pkwy and I partnered up, and basically we did a barrel pick where Zach Tremer, who's the master distiller for Pkwy, chose liquid that he thought represented this Irish-ish, and that's that we lean into it heavy because it's not an Irish whiskey, it's an Irish-ish whiskey.
It even says that right there.
Yeah, Irish-ish.
And so it basically, we wanted to try and have sort of a light, easy drinking sipping whiskey that wasn't going to be too burny. Normally an Irish whiskey's on 80 proof. I added 4 more proof for the kids because
For the kids.
but literally everything you see on this label, everything that's on my website, all was created by ChatGPT. Like literally the whole brand, everything
that's
is
crazy.
100% created by AI. I've had a ton of fun with it. The label itself was created by a genius, Boz. He does a lot of labels for some really cool companies and stuff,
Right.
and that's what he does. But this is exactly what I wanted. I didn't tell him that this is what I wanted the label to look like, and then when he sent it back to me, I'm like, that you're a mind reader at that point in time. Like literally, I created a label that looks almost like it, and he goes, "Yeah, that's I'm just that good." So
it really is amazing. So we're gonna have to grab a picture of this because I definitely want to post on socials. People have to see this.
I love this, and listeners and avid whiskey fans will be able to sip on this on the May 13th at the event, right?
no. So the problem was that we'll see. We'll see if we can make some magic happen before then. What was supposed to happen was I have some friends in the industry because obviously I do this, and so there's a couple select places that are selling this for me, and then they're donating money back to my Mustache fund. So basically, Bottles and Barrels, Timber Wood-Fired Bistro, and then Casual Pint, who is another Mustache grower, the owner. They've actually won Sexiest Company of the Year. For
What does that even mean?
So they recruited a whole bunch of guys that work at Casual Pint to grow, and so they basically are the most fundraising company, so they're the sexiest company in Omaha. But basically, those are the 3 places right now, just because I don't have a liquor license myself, so I've had to work around some of this stuff. But I mean, I'll probably bring a bottle out for some samples, but I'm not sure that Hale
just swing
Varsity
it my way. I'll divvy out the samples. Don't worry. Just don't worry about it. Right. Now, I see 3 shots in front of us of the whiskey, and is it safe to assume that is for us?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, you can't talk about a whiskey without trying a whiskey.
Oh man,
you don't have to, shoot it. Like I said, it's an Irish whiskey. It's supposed to be a little bit lighter. It's supposed to be a little easier drinking. I mean, we're doing it neat. So in little plastic cups, but it's still neat
because we're classy as hell.
We are classy. But yeah, so I mean, sip on the whiskey, and you can tell the listeners what you guys think. So
to the kids,
to the kids,
to the kids. Oh,
that's good.
I don't shoot back whiskey a lot anymore.
I'm sipping it because it's tasty.
Oh no, it tasted really good.
I mean, it was a pretty decent shot in that.
Maybe I should try another just to.
Yeah, you go. You take as much of that as you want to. So, but
you're not going to make it down the elevator after this.
This is calling for Taco Bell as soon as I get out of here.
Babe, take me to Taco Bell.
You might have to upgrade it to Abelardo's just to get enough.
Oh man, now you're talking.
Ooh, I could go for some De Leon
on a Monday night. All right, now you didn't just bring in the whiskey; you also brought us a couple of beers because you're a great guy, JP.
I did, yeah. I mean, it's what I do for a living is work with all these breweries and stuff. But Delirium is one of those. It's fun, lighthearted. It's a Belgian brewery. It's one of the oldest in the world. Delirium Tremens is a classic, and when I was talking earlier, I was trying to find out what kind of beers you guys enjoy. It was more of the lager and lighter beers, and so I wanted to kind of keep that way. IPA is my normal go-to, but Delirium Tremens is absolutely one of my absolute favorite beers to drink, and it's 8.5%, so it gets the job done.
Oh my god,
It do get the job done.
It do get the job done.
I would not have been sad with an IPA. I've tried a lot of the IPAs, especially locally brewed stuff. Speaking of cross strain, actually, their IPA, the Fairy Nectar. I mean,
Yeah. Oh, so
Yeah.
so Cross Train's also a part of Mustache for Kids. So Jeff Hardy is.
no kidding.
Yeah,
All
so
right,
he
cool.
is our reigning sweetest stash. So another one of our awards that we do.
Okay.
He's got a big old trophy called the Magnum that he carries around and
The Magnum.
Hardy's good people, and then I mean the Strain Bros also grow and fundraise. They have a beer that they're doing that they did a couple years ago. They're bringing it back, I think, this year called the Magnum PI Ilsner.
Love it. Love
get
it.
it.
So yeah,
I get it.
we're all about being punny as possible and having fun and drinking booze. So
Cool. All right, and you brought us one last gift. It is the Brickway. What do we got here?
Brickway Pilsner. So
Okay.
when we talked about drinking like light lagers or whatever, I mean Brickway obviously created my whiskey. Love those dudes, and their Pilsner is a true representation of a German Pilsner, and it goes great with whiskey. So I figured a good pairing there.
It also goes great with Taco Bell.
It does work with Taco Bell. Pilsners go great with everything. So
Oh man, I
on
feel
liquor
better
on
already.
All the liquor.
Legitimately, after we start asking some questions here, I might need another shot of that whiskey. I'm feeling.
we still got a half a bottle in front of us. So
Yeah, we've also gotten a tall, what I'm going to call a tall boy of 8.5% beer. So maybe I'll see how I feel.
I would like to point out that this Delirium has a bubblegum finish, and it is quite refreshing.
Yeah, it's fantastic. It says elected as best beer in the world. And I took that in the same way that, like, you pass, like, a burger joint and it's like the best burger in the world. I'm like, where have you seen a burger contest?
at one point in time, and I don't remember the exact date for it, but it literally did win best beer of the world.
It's damn good. It really is.
But it's the same as like Pabst Blue Ribbon is actually like they did win a blue ribbon at the World's Fair. And
So it was just Pabst at one point?
Yep. And I mean, so Anheuser-Busch with Budweiser being the king of beers, Budweiser created their own beer contest and then literally named themselves the king of beers.
Well, that's how you do it. That's how you get
I mean,
clout.
who's gonna argue?
gonna
So
know?
it's one of those where like I'm back in the 1800s when it probably won best beer of the world. It was one of those things, but it's one of those like if you've never had Delirium Tremens, it's a surprising, and they're a pink elephant. I mean, it literally is the Heffalump and Woozle pink elephant from.
Did you just throw a Winnie the Pooh reference
I did.
in here?
It is the it's the Heffalump.
We could probably tie that back into Kingdom Hearts somehow.
Yeah, there's something in Kingdom Hearts there for some reason.
That's good stuff.
And this is good beer.
Jamie has
and good whiskey.
Jamie has probably had sex, so he doesn't know what Kingdom Hearts is. You see, it's a game full of it's full of Disney characters and boys with giant keys.
I have 3 kids. I'm very well aware of.
Okay,
Kingdom
just
Hearts,
look, I'm covering all the bases.
Well, speaking of video game knowledge,
Yep.
as due, we thought that it would be rather fun to quiz you a little bit. We got some of your gaming background. We know that you have been gaming since you're about 6 or 7. You've had pretty much every single Nintendo system from the Famicom all the way to the Switch.
Yep.
Okay, that's pretty good. So outside of Nintendo, though, tell us a little bit more about your gaming background, because of course our listeners want to know about gaming.
Yeah. So
They're alcoholics, don't get me wrong, but
yeah,
It goes
no,
hand in hand.
it absolutely does. Well, it was funny. I threw out the idea that we should at least have one race at the Mustache Madness to do it with Pabst rules, which is basically you have to do a full race, but you can't finish the finish line until you finished your beer.
a little drunk. We call it drunk driving, but that's
old
probably
Kurt.
a bad taste now.
Or just simply Kurt.
Kurt, yeah.
But no, so I mean, like I said, I started at a young age. My dad was a big tech person. He was into. I mean, he bought an Apple computer. Used to sell them, and I mean, he spent like way too much money on an Apple computer when it was way too early on. And so we always had tech at our house, but we had an NES system at our house. And,
Okay, classic.
And my first traumatic experience with my brother and I were fighting over. I want to say it was the hockey game, and my dad like came down and was just pissed off with us. Grabbed our Nintendo, took it upstairs, took an axe to it, chopped it in half, and handed it half and half to me and my brother.
That sounds like something your
You
dad
get
would
one
do.
half. You get one half. Now shut the fuck up.
100%. And then about like 3 months later, we got another Nintendo. So it was fine, but it definitely taught me and my brother to never argue over our gaming consoles anymore, because
There's a reason there's 2 controllers, baby. You gotta share.
So I mean, start off with the NES, and I used to play all the time. That was pretty much all I ever did. I was one of those latchkey kids that we came home, we played, Nintendo and then Super NES and all those games, and so we played all the time. And then obviously growing up and that sort of stuff, I had a Wii when that came out, as well as the 64. I mean, so it's I've always been Nintendo, but I was also PlayStation. Like
I was gonna say
Tekken's one of my favorite
okay
fighter games, and my brother and I used to go back and forth on that. That was the way we could beat each other up without actually beating each other up. And by that I mean he's my older brother, and he used to beat me up, and that was the only way I could get back at him was by playing Tekken with him.
It was the 90s, dude. It was the 90s. You could have also gotten sock and boppers.
Oh yeah, I mean we had one, but that we broke that pretty quickly.
You guys need to relax. Jesus.
So my brother is also one of the mustache growers now. So my former name for my mustache was the favorite. And the joke was I'm the baby of the family, and my mom would always donate more to my mustache than to my brother's.
Damn, that's cold, man.
So it was a joke, but then the problem was that you have to explain that joke too much, because it's such a niche sort of joke that everyone was like, so wait, you're saying you're like the favorite stash of all the guys that are growing? I'm like, no, it's just because my brother, like, he's also growing, and my parents donate more to me, and they're like, oh, that's funny. I just thought you were condescending. And I was like, no, that's not.
well, that too, but all right. So, from the sounds of it, you've had a decent amount of experience with gaming. It's been mostly Nintendo, and there's nothing wrong with that, but you've deviated to PlayStation a little bit.
Yep.
You also had mentioned that there was a little Halo experience in there, too.
So pre-Halo.
Okay.
So I was Marathon.
Yes.
All right. Some Xbox.
So my parents' office actually was one of like the first places that like did like a LAN network. So my parents had a graphic design company, print shop for years. And so we had all these Mac computers all the way around. And so we loaded it on every one of them. And we would have Marathon tournaments just going on at their shop.
Oh,
and so,
okay.
I grew up with Marathon. When my buddy like brought me into Halo, I was like, no, this is Marathon. And he was like, no, it's Halo. And I'm like, no, that's Marathon. I've been playing that game on the computer for a really long time. Like it's that, and like, nope, it just switched over to Halo. And I mean,
interesting.
Little did you both know you both were right.
Yeah, I mean, it's a no. I loved to this day. I still love Marathon. The first person shooters, 007. I mean, GoldenEye.
Oh, 007. All right,
God.
now you're talking.
The more you talk, the more my quiz seems like it was planned out in advance. But I swear, listeners, I had no collusion here.
Dude, you undersold your gaming experience, because I was asking Zar, and I was like, okay, Jamie's gaming experience. And he was like, oh, not a whole lot. He's just had every Nintendo gaming console since the, NES. Yeah. He's deviated a little bit by playing things like, I'm like, it sounds like he's kind of a closet gamer.
Oh yeah, I mean, I absolutely love. I mean, right now, I had been on the market for a PlayStation, and my buddy, who is a huge gamer, his wife is a huge gamer. I was hitting him up, and I'm like, all right, hey, I found a PlayStation 4 for like $120. Come up with a couple games and controllers. I'm like, good deal. And he goes, yeah, it's a good deal. He goes, but
damn good deal.
He goes, you could just have mine. It's literally in our storage closet. He goes, we got the PlayStation 5, and all the games are on both systems. So yeah, just take ours. And so yeah, we got that now, because my oldest wants to play Genshin Impact. She plays it on.
Oh, come on, that game's got a lot of clout.
I know. I'm just salty. I'm just salty.
Plays it right now on the phone. Like literally, that's the way, and they're playing all the time on it. And so it's one of those things where I'm like, all right, we got to find a thing. But then also, my wife wants to play the new Harry Potter game, and after playing Pokemon Violet and Scarlet right now, I'm like, all right, I don't necessarily.
Dude, you're
know.
caught up.
Oh
you undersold what you've been doing.
My heart. You've just been plucking every string.
So I was like, with the new Harry Potter coming out, I was like, no. I'm like, like that open world, like as bad as it's running right now on the Switch. I'm like, we gotta find a different system. So obviously it's coming out on the 5th, I think, right now for the PlayStation 4. So I'm like, it was perfect timing. I'll get the system and then get the game.
Yeah,
so.
and it's funny you mentioned that because we both just got done with Hogwarts Legacy. It's fucking awesome.
Yeah.
Oh,
You're gonna like
good.
it. You're gonna like it a lot.
Well, I think that what they put that trailer out like a year or two before. Like my wife found it. She's like, we're playing that. We were absolutely getting that. Like that's what we're gonna do. And I'm like, yeah, sure, okay.
Women's like, yeah. I mean, that's the thing is that just all of these girlfriends.
Yeah.
And we're like, okay, I need a gaming console. It's Harry Potter. It's not a drill.
I mean, that rings absolutely true. My wife really wanted Hogwarts Legacy. She just beat Hogwarts Legacy. Like, everybody is into this game. It's like bringing couples together. It's pretty wholesome.
Yeah, and I mean, Christine tried her damnedest because it was Harry Potter, but she was like, okay, "Where's R3?" And to be fair, that's a very fair question.
Oh, yeah.
If you're not familiar, like, where's R3? It's not anywhere on the controller.
don't see an
yeah,
R3.
I'm like, yeah, why don't they label that? But anyway,
Because it'd fuck up your thumb. You wouldn't want an RS or an R3
maybe I
flicking on your thumb. Maybe you do.
do. Sipping my beer right now.
Moving on.
All right, so here's the point. I can't tell what your gaming experience is like. I can't tell how well you would do at like general questions of gaming because you're giving me some mixed signals. So here's what we are doing. Here's what we're doing. We have each prepared 10 questions for you. 10 each.
Okay.
And we're it's basically whose line is it, right? Because
Yeah.
the points don't mean shit.
Right.
It's
They
for
don't.
me to prove a point. And also the whiskey is starting to really hit. So
Start warming me up a little. All right.
just a
You're
little.
going to get so many points the drunker we get.
All right. Perfect.
You're gonna be in
I've got a whole
Can
cooler
we-
filled with beer. So
All right. Zar, would you like to do the honors of the very first question? I'm curious to see what you made.
I would not like to do the honors because
No?
I need to ask the last question.
Interesting.
Indeed. The plot thickens.
Because that's the other thing is we didn't consult one another about what we asked.
There may be some overlap,
All right,
so
all right.
we'll just give you those points
Yeah.
if there is.
We're going to keep this really simple to start with. What is the first game you've ever played? Literally the first game ever.
So, first ever game would have actually been Atari Pong.
Nice.
Okay, you Pong. Literally
Yeah,
doesn't
so-
get older than that.
Parents had a Atari Pong set, and I mean, so I was probably 5 when I played that. So
Okay.
yeah, I mean, with the little
You're showing your age a little bit there, man.
I'm almost 40 next year. 40. So
well,
we're
you
getting up
you
there.
look great.
But did you
No, I don't.
But did you jerry rig the system so that you could get larger paddles?
No, my siblings who I played with absolutely did all of those things, but no, I just was like, "You're playing with me. This is fantastic." So yeah, no,
Just a
but
little
that was
that
absolutely the first game I played was.
And it's really funny too because on the old screen TVs they'd be like now with hockey, and it was like that little thing you could put on the TV.
Oh,
Do you
yeah.
remember that?
Oh, 100%. Yeah.
That's crazy. Okay.
Okay.
I'll give you 18 points.
Perfect.
Hey, are you keeping track of the points here? Because we need to total these up.
Keeping track of points.
Oh, shoot.
Fine.
You keep track of the points.
Oh, come on. How'd I get conned into this? Fine.
Because I can't find my pen.
A likely story. All right. What's your question?
Czar's first question. What game features the iconic line, "It's dangerous to go alone, take this"? There are 3 separate answers.
There are?
There are.
What?
Yes. The most obvious gets the point. But,
Hold on. Jamie. You said you had some of this game experience, so I want to see.
This goes back way to the first NES. It's dangerous to go alone. Take this.
Drawing an absolute blank, and the moment you tell me, I'll be like, "Oh." The hard part for me though also is the storylines, like, even though we've talked a little bit, like, I do like story deals, I hated reading. So if it came up and I had to read it, that's an issue.
If this helps, this is like literally the first text you read in the game.
Here, it is, besides Mario, it is one of the most iconic Nintendo characters.
That's really funny because one of the answers is.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. I see it in your eyes, brother.
Well, so I'm going like most Nintendo, because like for me,
Okay, let's see if I can give you more hints.
They have a groundbreaking sequel coming out this year in just a few days.
True.
Zelda.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. There
Yeah.
you go.
I'll give you a point for that. It's Legend of Zelda.
All right, so you have 18 points from me and Knight, 1 from Zar.
Now, I would like to say there were 2 more
what was
answers
the-
to this.
what are
No,
the
hang on.
answers?
No, hang on. Let's see if he knows.
Oh,
he
yeah,
can
yeah,
guess
yeah.
the other two.
What are
Okay,
the
well,
other 2
obviously they've got to be Nintendo characters. So one I'm going to say is Mario.
Nope.
Samus.
Nope.
Kid Icarus.
Nope.
Donkey Kong.
Yes, but what game?
Fuck you. Don't be like this. Don't be like this.
You did hit on the biggest bonus point value I had for this question. So, Adventure Time was answer number 2 for
Adventure
5.
Time?
Yes, Jake the dog
I
says
love
something
Adventure
akin
Time.
to
Come on,
"It's
man.
dangerous, go alone, take me."
Oh.
And then in Donkey Kong Country Returns,
Returns.
Cranky Kong says it's dangerous to go alone. Buy this.
Interesting.
So that was 10 bonus points. So yes, Legend of Zelda, Adventure Time, and Donkey Kong Country Returns is where that comes from.
All right, you ready for my question?
Yeah, let's do it.
Question
I
2.
like your question's better, anyways.
Which male video game character has the nicest ass? And there is a correct answer.
Is this across all consoles? Because
You
this-
shut up.
This would be some fighting words.
Oh, we'll see. We'll see. Everybody will agree with me once I tell you the answer.
All right.
Across all well, okay, yeah. I mean,
I'll give you a little hint. The man who I am referring to is named after an animal.
Oh, I know who this is.
Yeah, you're like, oh, that
I
man.
know who this is.
a man named after an animal.
Let's see.
Does he have 2 names?
Technically,
Yes. Okay, I know exactly who this is.
he is the protagonist from Metal Gear Solid.
Oh, I'm arguing with you. This is a debate.
We'll get into this. You stay here.
God, what the? And that was part of my PlayStation. But what was the-
That's why I was excited that you've had
yeah,
some PlayStation
what the
experience.
hell was his
No
name?
legs.
It's literally been.
No legs.
No legs. The name.
No
animal-
arms either.
No arms or legs.
Fuck, what was his name?
That's going to sound awful in post.
I am a little drunk. I'm sorry.
We apologize to those that are wearing earbuds.
They're like, oh, damn it.
Well, I mean,
Solid.
God, and that's the name of one of the games.
He wiggles. I mean, he doesn't
snake-
wiggle.
oh.
The animal wiggles.
Snake was not
Solid Snake. No,
Yeah,
that
Solid
was right.
Snake.
Solid
Yeah.
Snake.
Metal Gear Solid.
Metal Gear
Right.
Solid Snake. Yeah. So you said you had
I was like
PlayStation.
solid. I'm like, that's one of the yeah.
I have gripes with this. I thought you were going to say Captain Falcon.
That's another great one, but no, Solid Snake takes it.
Sexier than
Nope.
Solid Snake. Absolutely.
All right, for that shit, I'm giving you negative 2 points.
That's fine.
What the fuck is happening?
But it's okay. You're going to love this question. JP is going to hate it.
The people that are listening to this are just going to be like, "Who the is this guy that came in here?"
Who is this
I grow a mustache.
man?
Okay, that's who I am. That's what I do.
This is for the kids, damn
Yeah.
it.
It's for the
You
kids.
shut your mouth.
Yeah, I'm
listener.
drinking this 8.5% beer for the kids. All right, what do you got, man?
Question 2. What was Mario's first game?
It would be Donkey Kong.
Yes.
Wow!
Correct for 1 point and 5 fuck you JP points.
Oh, you motherfucker.
Yeah.
Oh, you motherfucker.
Because you got that question wrong. You said it was Mario Bros.
It was Mario Bros. Jumpman is in Donkey Kong.
Yeah, but we found out recently that Nintendo receded that comment, and now Jumpman is Mario.
I fucking hate
When
it.
you
I
really
hate it.
outside of the arcade, it literally was Mario. I mean, the dude. Come on now.
Well,
Okay.
it fucks up the whole timeline because that Donkey Kong in the Donkey Kong game is actually Cranky Kong. That is not the Donkey Kong we know. Because
My whole world
Donkey Kong
flipped upside down.
Jr. was that Donkey Kong. Anywho.
All right. So, as someone that is like somewhat familiar with gaming, but has been off the wagon for a little while, what do you think is the most volatile gaming community? Which game generates the most volatile gaming community?
PC.
Just PC gamers in general.
Yeah, 100%. Like,
Why do you think that?
Oh man, I mean, you. Well, first off, like, it's a slap it on the table thing with your build, right? Like that's a whole deal, and
it's just a dick contest at
yeah,
that point.
I mean,
Just
it really is just slap it on the table. Let's see who's the biggest. I mean, and not only that, like it's just they will always tell you that they're like. Oh, PC games, they run better. Like, oh, I've got this, this card or whatever.
40 teraflops.
He just can attest to that.
That's true.
But this also goes back, like, so one of my original jobs, I was the Apple expert at CompUSA, going back to aging myself.
Okay.
But yeah, we would deal with the PC people all the time. Like, I can't believe you don't have this video card for it. It's the brand new thing that should be out here right now. And it's, oh man, they were the worst to deal with. They just but I mean, you also have World of Warcraft that goes along with that. That breaks up marriages, and so like I have to go with that.
Shout out to
no.
Zach.
What was your answer though?
What's funny is I didn't have one. I did not have one, but I was going for a game, and you went after the PC gamers, and I respect that. So I'm giving
bonus points.
I'm giving you 8
now
points.
Reverse. What console would you say brings more people together, though?
Ooh, honestly, Nintendo is just so fucking good at bringing. That's what they are. They're the family party. Let's just hang out and have fun.
Well, it's the Disney console. I mean, it obviously going back to the whole, Kingdom Hearts.
Yeah.
To Kingdom Hearts. It always comes back to Kingdom Hearts. But no, okay, I love your answer. So I'm giving you 8 points. Right. 8 arbitrary points. You're at 26.
All right. That's good. Okay, so for question 3 for me, you said you were a little brother, right?
Yep.
Did you ever own a Mad Catz controller?
Great question.
We did. I didn't ever get to use the controller.
Oh, okay. I was going to say, if so, was it the absolute pinnacle of gaming hardware out there?
Oh, yeah. I mean, when we had it, yes. 100%. Like, did you guys watch the 8-bit Christmas, movie
with Neil Patrick Harris. That was great.
And they're talking about Power Glove and stuff, and, like, my kids are like, what is... I'm like... That was the pinnacle. Like, that was the pinnacle of gaming at that point in time, yeah.
I'm going to give you 5 points for that. You had a Mad Catz. You loved it.
Yeah.
On board.
No, I'm the same way. Like, when I was playing games with my brothers, I thought it was, like, a privilege to have the Mad Catz controller.
100%.
I'm the oldest.
Yeah.
And I was just like, here, have the nice controller made by Nintendo. I'll take this fucking knockoff.
I was the youngest, and both of my siblings had moved out of the house by the time I got into gaming. So, like, I was pretty much an only child.
Yeah.
Still went right for the Mad Catz.
Yeah.
All right, so let's see.
Question 4.
Ooh, okay. I've got an interesting one. So, you've got interest in a bunch of different kinds of consoles, a bunch of different kinds of games.
Okay.
A Nintendo Switch, a PS5, and the latest Xbox, the Series S.
Yep.
Series X,
Yes.
mind you, is in front of you on a table. You only get to pick one. What are you choosing and why?
Well, I mean, do I already have a console?
Let's assume you have no consoles.
Oh, okay.
Let's assume you're getting one of these.
You have every past gen console, but no modern gen.
Okay. Yeah, I'll give you that. The reason why that's useful, too, is because the Nintendo Switch moved away from discs with the Wii U, and now they fucking do cartridges.
Yep.
Which, my kid sent 3 cartridges through the wash just yesterday.
Oh!
So, yeah, that was fun. But, okay, so if I'm going with it, I mean, I do love my Switch, but honestly, like, I'd probably have to go PlayStation still. Like,
PS5? Oh, yeah! PS5, baby!
I'm leaving. I'm out.
Bye. Who's taking your beer?
I'm taking it with me.
Fine. All right. PS5. We always argue about what's better here.
I'm the Xbox guy. He's the PlayStation guy. We had a Nintendo guy and a PC guy.
so my brother would go Xbox. Like, that's his absolute, like...
Why isn't your brother here? I'd get along so well with him.
We absolutely could have brought him in, too. But no, he would... Because he's had Xbox every single gen that it's ever come out and all the different, like, add-ons or whatever. And I've stuck with Nintendo. And I do love Nintendo, but obviously, like, Nintendo for me right now is, like... It's because I'm trying to get my kids into gaming.
And that's exactly the thing is, like, if you've got... Nintendo is for the kids. They've got the most accessible games, better multiplayer games. It's just really good shit. But, have you ever played Ghost of Tsushima?
Oh.
It's fucking incredible.
Okay. All right. Yeah. All right.
Game of the year 2017.
That's right, baby. God of War 2018.
Yeah. Is it my question now?
Yes, it's your turn.
All right. Which specific weapon in 007 GoldenEye made the game unique from any other game at the time and possibly ruined friendships along the way? There are two possible answers.
I don't even know the answer to this.
I'm trying to remember all the weapons that were in it. I mean, because
You said you were a 007
right,
guy.
yeah, no, and I mean, it's been
Well-
honestly, like Nintendo's been teasing the fact that they're going to put out the emulator for.
They did?
It's out.
Is
It's
it?
out.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's out. The multiplayer is shit. Don't try it, but
Okay.
it's out.
We literally had an episode where we talked about it.
We
But
did.
wasn't there a golden revolver that was?
That's it.
Okay,
That's
yeah.
it.
I'm like,
The golden gun.
the golden revolver.
The golden gun. That is 3 points to you, my friend. The other option that I would have chosen was Odd Jobs' hat.
Odd Jobs hat.
Odd Jobs is the character that is literally 4 foot tall, so his hitbox is way down compared to every other character's talents.
Yeah.
And his unarmed weapon is his stone hat that he throws at people, and it is a one-hit kill.
By the way, I didn't give you any points for my question because I forgot, so I'm just throwing in a 76.
million points. Got it.
76. You got 76 points, which puts you at 110 points. A record.
I really wish that you guys had been playing GoldenEye recently, because that Odd Jobs reference was pretty good.
I'm sure it was, buddy. All right. I've got a really interesting question for you here. Do you think it's more important for a game to have amazing graphics, a good story, or good gameplay mechanics?
You're trying to get way too deep.
But I'm
But he said he likes Zelda.
yeah. So
All right,
I'm going to
so-
go story actually on
Story?
this, is
Okay.
Because it's one like great graphics are awesome. Like if I'm going in order, right? I'm going story, graphics, like that. Those like gameplay for me is one of those like you just get used to it after a minute, right? Like it sucks sometimes. Like, oh, this should have been like in this controller or whatever it is. But like for me, story is what's going to keep me playing it.
Okay.
And when because there's a lot of games that I've gotten and I'm like, oh yeah, I start off really strong and then it's like, I'm bored. I'm done with this one. Like it didn't carry me all the way through.
Graphics won't keep you through forever.
Yeah,
It's
And,
true.
I see your pop socket here. Pokemon is I absolutely love Pokemon. Scarlet Violet was the first one that like it kept me going because one, obviously the open world concept of it, but like it's one of those
really.
like the storylines were really good with it, and it wasn't like it didn't just veer off and like, oh, I have to go do this thing. Like that's what kept me kind of coming back and playing that. I mean, I've beaten Violet. I'm beating Scarlet right now, but it's one of those where like I absolutely like that storyline. That whole gameplay was a lot better to me. And then now the raids are fantastic.
And that's really
Okay.
interesting that you bring that up, because JP and I were just talking about that on like an episode 3 weeks ago, how Scarlet and Violet changed the tide of Pokemon and actually made the story and dialogue interesting.
Yeah, 100%.
Well, I got told Arceus was going to be, and I have Arceus, and I was just getting so annoyed with one, how much reading I had to do, but two, like it just felt like it was like, oh, now I got to do this other thing. Now I got to do this other thing. Like it didn't pull me in as much as Scarlet and Violet did, and Scarlet and Violet was like, okay, yeah, no, I'm just gonna keep playing this, and
But
yeah.
how could you not feel for that Mastaboth? I
Yeah.
cried.
Oh my
for
God.
that Mastaboth.
Yes.
I cried for
Especially-
that goddamn fictional video game character.
My dog has been sick recently, so that hit.
And
that
it was
hit.
the most annoying character too. Like, and
Oh,
it's his
Arvid?
dog, right? Like,
Yeah.
he just annoyed the crap out of me. But then I'm like, God, your dog. All right,
I
fine.
am only hanging out with you
Yeah.
because you have a cool dog.
100%. Yeah, 100%.
You as a person are annoying. Also, you have parental issues.
Oh yeah, and then I mean, like obviously, like that's a whole different.
That's a
genre
whole
there.
different bag
Yeah,
of words.
which
He's like, at the end, you're just like, damn, Arvin, you've got a lot going on.
I apologize for hating you earlier. You weren't raised. By
I just
anybody.
thought you were going to be the standard Pokemon antagonist. I'm sorry.
I understand why you have daddy issues now.
All right. I'll give you 6 points for that answer.
Right.
I like that answer.
I'm going to give you 3 extra points just for how long that went on and just the hilarity that ensued.
I don't know if you can do that, but yeah, you're at
I can do
119.
that.
You're at 119 points.
All right, we need some negatives here. I can't. Do it.
He can't keep getting away with it.
Well, that's unfortunate because mine is the jackpot question.
Okay.
If you get this, you get the ultimate amount of points. What is the best goddamn Nintendo 64 game ever made? No arguments.
I know what your answer is.
Of course you do, because you're on this podcast.
Yeah, true. Let's see what you got, Jamie.
64. I mean, to me, it was
And this is a
it
very
was Mario Kart. Like that was the one.
this is very me specific.
Yeah, it really is.
If you've ever listened to a past episode, this is
I've listened to quite a few. No, I'm like, to me that
because
and why I give that answer is that like that started changing gaming again, right? Like Mario Kart to me is one of those games that like, and I absolutely love playing Mario Kart.
So you said you've listened to past episodes of Game Tea. I'm going to give you a hint that's only going to make sense if you're being honest.
Okay.
This character that he's referring to, the main character of this game he's referring to, was voiced by Seth Rogen in the Mario movie.
no.
It's not Donkey Kong 64?
It's not Donkey Kong 64.
Oh,
but
fuck. Never mind. I don't know.
Made
You
by
listen
the
to this podcast?
Maybe not.
made by the same company.
Oh, Jesus Christ. I know. How are you going to call that the best N64 game?
No arguments. I prefaced it.
Fuck you. Anyway.
Well, now I need to know what's the best. So I gave mine. Mine's.
Okay, so Mario Kart. You know what? I'll give you 5 points for
All
that.
right.
Thanks for sharing on that. The real answer was Banjo-Kazooie. And you would have gotten 64 points, 64 bonus points, and 64 fuck you JP points.
Damn it. Fuck.
I did need those. Fuck you, JP.
Yeah, you need
I
the
really
fuck you
needed
JP
those in my
points.
life.
I did absolutely love that game because and also like 64. That was the crazy like where all of a sudden like open world ish kind of came around and
3D platforming.
yeah, I do absolutely love that gameplay. I was honestly thinking. What's funny is I was like, it can't be Spyro or like any of those games, like you know what I mean, like so. But like no, Banjo-Kazooie absolutely. But what's funny is that like to me it's one of those where like I don't know why Banjo-Kazooie didn't ever keep going, right? Like
Oh man, you going to
Yeah, you
gonna
listen
start
to
a
him.
topic here.
I would have
I
also
have
said
been-
Conker's Bad Fur Day.
Conker's Bad Fur Day would have been a close second, but also, I mean, it just wasn't as much of a staple to 3D platforming as Banjo-Kazooie was.
Still haven't finished Banjo-Kazooie.
It's a 6-hour game, man. It's literally 6 hours of your life.
I don't know. Yeah, I don't know what to tell you.
we should have set him up with a 64 during the tournament and just make him play through
Yes.
the whole thing.
Dude,
I'm seeing the fucking event.
if
If
we
you can't do
started-
two things at once, what the hell?
If we started you on Banjo-Kazooie at the beginning of the day, you could finish that game by the end of it.
All right, you ready for my next question?
I'm ready.
Now, everyone always asks regarding Pokemon
Yep.
what their favorite Gen 1 starter is, but as you know, if you're a Game T fan, I'm a Gen 4 guy. I don't think you're a Gen 4 guy. So let me ask you, between 3 Pokemon you've never even fucking seen before.
Oh,
All right, Piplup, Chimchar, or Turtwig?
So it's Turtwig.
Okay, Turtwig, huh?
So it's funny.
You're a Turtwig guy too, Zar, right?
Oh, God, no.
What are you going with?
Piplup.
Piplup?
Empoleon's great. I know Empoleon's your favorite.
All right, you're going with Turtwig.
A Turtwig, like it's for me, it's one of those things where like obviously like if you go Gen 1 Charizard, like that's
yeah, I get it. I did.
yeah, it is what it is. But like no, with that gen, like it's funny because like there was a thing the other day on Reddit was like what's your favorite like starter per like gen or whatever, and I was going through it. And I'm like, that's one of my like they're good, and it is it's like a hard like. You either absolutely loved that gen and it's like your favorite gen, or and I'm unfortunately I'm on the side of that.
I'm
Gen
with you, too.
4 supremacy.
Yeah, I'm not on Gen
Zach
4.
won that debate, and we all know
My
it.
ass. I was putting up so many good points and fights, and
What was his gen?
he was Gen 2.
Yeah, Zach's gen was Gen 2.
Okay.
Just a bunch of leftover wannabes.
No, mine was Gen 3. Well, his generation had the very first shiny Pokemon, so That's understandable.
Oh, great. The first generation that introduced poor kids having brain aneurysms over not being able to get their fucking shiny, I don't know, Slowpoke or some shit. Whoop-de-fucking-do.
You're really angry
purple.
about this.
I am.
It
But
is
it's purple, though. Is that the shiny form? Is it purple?
Yeah, but the Galar version is gold.
Interesting.
Yeah.
The point is, I'm pissed off. And that is
You
why.
didn't ask my Pokemon
And that is
knowledge, you
why
asked my
I am
gaming
giving
knowledge.
you negative 12 points.
Oh no!
You
So
only.
what's your starter, though, from Gen 4?
Oh, Piplup.
Okay.
Water all the way.
Yeah, his favorite Pokemon is Empoleon. Like it's
True,
all
the
over the board.
The final Pokemon. Have you seen that guy? He's a giant penguin.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Yeah.
The best Pokemon design I've ever seen.
I mean,
Cool typing.
if I still had it, and I literally only just recently deleted it because of the whole Niantic like bullshit with their raid.
I think we covered that too, didn't we?
Yeah,
It just-
the raid
I
pass price
deleted. I just was like, I'm like, you know what? Like, I'm gonna like, I've spent enough money on this game. I mean, a lot of money on that game, and it was just one of those things where I'm like, no, like this is ridiculous. Like, I go do it in person as well, but like, I do enjoy sitting in my house and getting on Reddit and going like, hey, who's got raids for this stuff, and raiding in Germany or wherever. And
Same boat as you.
Yeah.
Just I've fallen off Pokemon Go. They've made too many bad decisions. They're trying to get to the original form of their game without realizing their game has evolved.
But like, and the thing is, like, obviously, if you're on Reddit, like, you see all these people who are in like third world countries that like got into it during COVID season, and
because it
and
was
all of a sudden they're just
convenient.
like, yeah, literally, I have like 100 people in my village, and I absolutely loved playing this game because it made me feel connected to the world. But Niantic wants to make sure that you get out and walk a little bit. So
What a bunch of assholes.
Yeah, and there's literally no Pokespots in my country.
If
so-
Niantic wanted to get serious about like, oh, we want to get people out and about, well, obviously, right, they're wanting your data for you moving around, and that's really what they really want, because yeah, there's that whole thing. But if they really wanted to do it, make the rewards for walking better than like, here, you get some Pokeballs, and now you get Pokeballs and a couple other things. Like, it was always silly.
You're
like,
100% right.
Yeah,
God, what a good take.
they are
8 points, sir.
they're
bonus question.
backpedaling. They're pissing all the fans off. Fuck Pokemon Go.
All right, what's your next question?
All right, my question 6. Marathon
Yep.
is considered the spiritual predecessor to Halo.
Yep.
But did you know that Marathon also is a semi-sequel to what other Bungie?
Bungie. Yeah.
Sorry, I'm gonna restate that. Okay.
Maybe
Marathon.
you should stop drinking so much, man. You
Tell me,
you
tell me about it. I
alcoholic.
can't even read my own handwriting. Marathon is considered the spiritual predecessor of Halo, but did you know that Marathon was also a semi-sequel to Bungie's earlier title, Pathways into Darkness? What joke title was kicked around Bungie's studio for the now-named project Marathon?
What kind of fucking question is this?
A fun one.
God damn. I don't know the answer to this.
So, we've already used our Fs, so I can't.
Yeah, you're out of Fs.
We only got shits left. Oh God, and I do remember this. I mean, because Marathon came out
91, I think.
91. Is that? Oh, God.
Jesus,
Because
man.
Marathon...
I wasn't even alive yet.
Because Marathon Durandul was the sequel to that game, and I think that came out in 96.
Jesus Christ.
Okay. I do remember something about this. I have no idea. I don't know enough.
If you get
That's
this
fine.
right,
It's also-
I will
I
take
could-
a 5-second poll of your whiskey.
How's that? You win at that point.
Yeah,
in
it's
time.
like, how is that bad for me?
Yeah. God, I don't remember. I do remember this whole thing about the prequel though, and I think we actually owned the prequel to Marathon at one point in time too, but I do not remember what the.
Well,
I'm curious too. What is it?
I'll give you 7 points for it anyway, because that's Bungie's favorite number. The project was actually joke titled Pathways into Uranus.
Jesus Christ.
Because
all
Marathon takes
space,
place,
yeah.
Why
it
not?
takes place in space. You are like bordering outside of Uranus.
All right.
Just gotta get that rim job.
Anyway,
Set it up, knock it down.
I've got a very important question for you. This might be the most important question asked of the day.
Okay.
Did you ever play Zelda Ocarina of Time?
No.
No?
No.
All right. Well, I'm going to show you a very uncomfortable picture. You have one waifu to pick between Princess Rito, Saria, Malin, and Zelda. Who are you picking?
I picked the Re-Dead.
You fucking would. All right. So Zelda,
Yeah.
Malin, Rito, and Saria. Who's the waifu?
Wait, why can't I have the Re-Dead?
Yo, what is wrong with you? Fuck you guys.
Well,
Why can't I have the Re-Dead?
I have to because my literally married my wife.
You're
but
picking Rito, aren't you?
I have redhead. I'm sorry.
All right, Malin. No, Malin is absolutely the right choice. You want to see the weird picture too, don't you?
Yeah, I told you a Re-Dead was in there.
No, I know that it's there, but why would you pick it?
Because Re-Dead. They've got so much experience.
I'm giving you 14 points. I'm giving you 14 points. I'm ignoring Zar. And we're moving on. We are moving on to the next question.
All right, so since this is question 7 and Bungie loves the number 7, how is the end cutscene different in the original Halo when you play it on Legendary? I.e., what is your reward for beating the first game on Legendary?
Master Chief hits the gritty.
Pretty wasn't even around. Because no idea. I literally Halo. I don't know that I finished the gameplay. It was all about online, just blowing up my friends.
Oh, 100%.
That's totally
Hold
okay.
on. Is it something with Cortana?
No.
Never mind. I have no fucking idea.
No. That's okay. I'll give you 7 points anyway. The reward for beating Halo
one's gonna
1...
Why would you
my
give him
score.
points if he didn't get it right?
Because it's Bungie's...
Just give me -7.
You have
All right.
148
I
points.
can't be the trophy holder for this.
All right, -7 points since you didn't answer it. But the reward for beating Halo 1 on Legendary is you are treated to a cutscene where you get to view an elite copping a feel on Sergeant Johnson.
No kidding.
Bungie just loves the butt stuff,
Yeah.
apparently.
All right. Well, now that I know that. All right, here is an interesting question for you that I ask myself every fucking day as a gamer.
Okay.
What do you think the allure is of Power Washing Simulator? Have you seen this game?
Oh, yes.
There's farming simulator,
ironically,
goat simulator, simulators galore.
What's the chicken simulator? My buddy is literally playing this thing nonstop. We're having a conversation. I'm like, "What are you doing?" He was like, "I don't want to talk about it." And I'm like, "What are you playing?" So like, yeah, it's I think it's honestly it's just one of those things where, like, for me, Sudokus are like they're mind numbing. They're just one of those things where I can just do and just not have to think, and ADHD absolutely like is 100% my deal, and so like it just shuts that monkey chatter brain going on in the background or whatever. I honestly think it's one of those things where like look at the power washing videos on like TikTok and everything else. Like people watch those things, including myself.
They're so satisfying. They're so satisfying.
It's one of those things where like I watch the one that will come up all the time, and I'm like, I'm not gonna watch another one of these. Is the dude that goes around and just mows people's lawns?
Yes.
And it's the dumbest thing ever. And I'm like, my lawn never looks like that. But yeah, no, I think you said it. It's the satisfaction.
Come on, bro, you can do it.
Of just completing a simple task, right? Like I think it's just the fact that like life is hard and this is supposed to be easy, and you just get that satisfaction of like getting a task done or doing whatever it is.
That's honestly what it's got to be, right? Then again, I play Bee Simulator sometimes, and my girlfriend loves it.
Well, I play Goat Simulator, and I don't know what the fuck you guys are talking about.
Animal Crossing, which I mean, like all my family, they absolutely love it, and including myself. It's fucking Sims, but in a cuter fashion or whatever.
He did his dissertation on that.
The thesis I used to get my master's degree is about Animal Crossing's New Horizons.
It's life
and
simulator.
why people fucking play that game.
Well, so like we had one Switch, and we just got another one because my 8-year-old has started playing Pokemon. She's playing Violet with me or whatever, and her grandparents are like, I mean, I'm not even joking. Like they're Pokemon fanatics. Like
No kidding.
they have 2 Switches. They've both beaten Scarlet and Violet, and like literally they're like, what Pokemon do you need? We'll just trade it to you, like whatever you want.
Nice.
And so it's insane. But like the problem was, like, we were doing a raid together one time, and my youngest wanted to do the raid. I'm like, well, here, I'll just let her do it on my account. Yeah, no, then they just ended up like getting her a Switch to play, and then sent Scarlet, and they're just like, yeah, now we can all do it together. But like, yeah, so like we have the second Switch. Well, then I ended up, I'm like, well, I want another island, because like I got tired of playing Animal Crossing on the first one, because like it was just one of those things. Like I did it all, and so then it was like, I want to redo all that stuff, and it really is. It's the monotony of the small little tasks that just give you that little dopamine hit. And
all right, so you have played new Animal Crossing New Horizons. Have
too many hours to.
This is worth a lot of points depending on your answer. Have you ever kicked off a villager just because they're ugly?
Yes,
And that is worth 48 points. Which puts you at a sweet 196.
Nice.
Yeah,
I've done the same fucking thing.
So right now on the new island we have I don't remember Tammy, which is this like
fucking Tammy
fashion monkey with red eyes, and I'm just like, she's fine, like, you know, she's got like cute like little sayings or whatever, but I'm just like, I want to kick you off. But my kids are like, I love her, she's so fun. I'm like,
you should. Here's what you do: wait for them to go to sleep. Be like, "Oh no, Tammy decided to move."
Well, we had literally a family crisis on the first island that we had. Sprinkles, which is this cute little penguin.
Is he the mouse? No, the penguin.
Yeah.
Okay.
And my middle child, like, it was like her favorite character. Well, the youngest, like, Sprinkles came up to her and was like, "I'm thinking about moving." The youngest goes, "Okay."
You know, you got to do what makes you happy.
And all of a sudden, yeah, it literally like kicked Sprinkles off the island, and then it was this other character, Cookie, which I think is like, it's actually like
the
one
dog.
Of the ones, yeah, which I think people like want that character. My middle child's like, fuck Cookie,
Fuck Cookie.
Fuck Cookie.
hates that, like, literally, because Cookie replaced Sprinkles, and it's become a whole thing. And
You're no Sprinkles.
Yeah.
You'll never be Sprinkles.
Oh my god, that's really fucking funny. Fuck Cookie. Hey, look at me. Fuck Cookie.
Yeah.
I think that was the best answer I've ever heard.
That wasn't even a question.
Yeah, it wasn't. Yeah,
I'm
sorry.
giving you 104 points, which puts you at a sweet 300 points for that answer.
Sorry,
'cause
special guests that come after me. My mustache legend will never be taken.
All right, what do you have?
Okay. Slowing this down a little bit. This is a total change, and I'm so sorry for this. What is the only thing Kirby can't eat?
That's a great question.
Oh shit.
Another great question would be if Kirby absorbed you, what power would he get?
Badassery. Alcoholism.
Why not both?
It's not.
And this was a
Is it-
Reddit post.
Is it rocks? No, because he can.
Motherfucker eats rocks like it's
Yeah, I was like, no,
it's
I'm like-
candy.
I'm trying to remember like what it is. No, I don't know.
It's nothing legitimate. The only thing Kirby can't eat is his feelings.
Oh Jesus!
Damn.
You get 5 depression points for that. That takes away 15 points.
Yeah, there you go.
Okay, so really he's back down to 285.
No,
Yeah.
I have a. It's funny. I have a Kirby shirt at Walmart. Thank God for all your fantastic cheap shirt needs. But I got it, and then my middle child was like, I need that shirt. And so now, like, it's funny because, like, I'll throw it on, like, at the end of the night or whatever after getting off of work. And then, like, my kid will literally go change into their Kirby shirt just so they can, like, match me or whatever. But
Oh, this is adorable.
That is cute.
I love that.
I like that. That's a nice story.
Yeah.
8 points for a cute story.
This is the same kid that said, fuck Cookie. So,
No, you know what? She's got a real point. Fuck Cookie.
yeah,
huh?
fuck Cookie.
Fuck Cookie, man. No sprinkles, that's for sure.
Yeah.
Okay.
Question 9.
Question 9. We ready for question 9 already. Okay. You're a dad.
Yep.
You're paying for the fucking video games now.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know if you've heard, but recently we've started paying $70 per game. I just wanted to know, how do you feel about the $70 price tag attached to video games as a father with demanding children?
So I took your advice and I went to Costco because, of course, I'm.
You do listen.
Oh my
And
God.
I literally bought because
Did you find the deal?
No, yeah, because it's one of those things where I'm like, well, I fucking want the Zelda game, but I think it's one of those things where I'm okay if the price goes up as long. You guys talked about it a little bit. I want Switch OLED disappointed the shit out of me because it's like, well, it's a nice screen, but update the fucking hardware inside of it.
100%.
Like I didn't get that at all.
Yeah.
And so and that's the thing to me is like, it's if they're raising the cost because, hey, all of a sudden we're about to switch to Switch 2 or whatever it's going to be called, right? Because they'll come up with a weird name to go along with it because they named their Wii. Come on now, like.
And then the Wii U.
I can't remember though. I can't tell you the last time I was excited when they announced the name of a console. Every time.
Xbox has just confused the shit out of everybody. It's
fuck Xbox too.
You go from the 360 to the One to the Series?
Which goes back to that question. Why PlayStation? At least you went in chronological order. Like, at least
so you're Sheldon Cooper.
Oh, fuck yeah.
100%. 100%.
Yeah. No, that like, it's because people all of a sudden are like, well, what's your Xbox? I'm like, I don't, some letter. Like, I know that they're all like, it's either one or a letter. Like, that's what they are.
Look,
but
it's fucking simple, okay? The Xbox One is the fourth Xbox in the sequence. The Xbox Series S is less powerful than the Xbox Series X, and the X is shaped like a fucking box. What don't you understand?
It's
all
relatively simple.
yeah.
Let's see here.
What's your number 9?
Hold on. That was number 9, you
nine.
drunk
That was?
motherfucker.
Oh, shit.
I'm going to give you 107 points to put you at a cool 400 points, a Game T record.
Okay. What is this famous cheat code named? Up, up, down, down, left, right, BA, select, start.
That's easy.
Ooh, BA select start, not BA select start.
Up,
Does
down, left, right, BA, start.
BA.
Just BA once.
BA has been used before, but it is essentially the
Also,
same cheat code.
BA start was Turtles. I didn't know there was a name to it. It was.
It's
just-
the name of the company that produces these games.
Come on.
Activision? No, because okay. So hang on. So
This is the
you
first.
could use it. Yeah, I'm trying to think. Well, what?
This is the first console that popularized at-home gaming consoles.
Contra was the first game that this code was used in.
Created by Nolan Bushnell, who, fun fact, is the same man who created Chuck E. Cheese.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to think of their logo or their label. Like,
Come on,
right?
brother, you got this.
They
It's
also-
3 lines.
They also produce Silent
Wait,
Hill.
so is it Activision?
No.
No.
What's the?
Atari.
It's-
God, fuck me.
You're wrong too.
What?
It's the fucking Konami code.
I was going to say
He's
the
right.
Atari code, the Konami code.
It's the Konami
oh my God.
code.
And I was just talking shit about how easy this is. You're right.
Well, I was about to give you infinite lives and no points for that, but I'll just give you 5 points. No infinite lives for you.
So wait, hang on. Did Konami do the Turtles?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Konami did Teenage Mutant Ninja
Because
Turtles in the
that
90s.
was up, down, left, right, BA, start. Like that, like I 100% remember using that when I got.
That code exists in every single Konami game to date. And like I said, they make Silent Hill, so they are pretty modern.
What about the Yu-Gi-Oh games that they created? Like,
Oh, shit. I didn't... Yeah, no, Konami does make the Yu-Gi-Oh
They
games.
do?
I wonder if you can use the Konami cheat
I've
in that.
never even thought about trying.
Interesting.
All right. I have... Anyway. Got one last question for you.
All right.
The question on everyone's minds. We're all adults. We pay taxes. All right?
Too much. Yeah.
Too much. Yes, correct. What do you think is the maximum amount of time somebody should spend in 1 week playing video games? In hours.
Uh-oh.
And we're going to compare this to what Zar spends. Uh-oh.
My answer to my wife's answer is different.
Was your wife even interested before Hogwarts Legacy dropped?
Oh, literally like Animal Crossing for her.
Oh, Animal Crossing.
Oh my God. So she was the whatever the citizen or whatever on the first island, and we didn't even know like you couldn't like create new islands. Like she was the first one to play it.
Have you heard of the video game Stardew Valley?
Yeah.
Christine is a huge Stardew Valley player. She's put in easily 400 hours.
Damn.
Into Stardew Valley.
So even with that said, right? Like so I mean I minimally even as a small time gamer, I'm at least putting in 21 hours a week.
How is that a small time gamer?
Because I'm not playing like all the different consoles and stuff, but I mean I'm at least putting in 3 hours a day. Because
Jamie, you fucking undersold yourself when you were like, "Yeah, I'm not a gamer.
You were built for the game team. Let's be real.
I'm sorry, dude. You're one of us."
The wife is an early bedtime sort of person, and so like I mean I'm absolutely going at least 3 to 4 hours.
The kids are asleep.
Yeah.
The wife is asleep. You've got 2 hours to yourself.
Yeah. 2 to 3 hours a night. That's a normal.
Okay. So we're saying 21 hours, huh?
21 hours. I don't think that's a bad deal.
I'm honestly going to agree with him.
Okay.
I mean, with me not having a car, I have had like 40 hours of gaming a week for the past couple of weeks. But
well, it's funny because my oldest figured out that on the Switch you can actually see how many hours you put in games.
Oh no!
Yeah.
And then they looked it up one night and they were like, "Dad, how have you put this many hours in on this?" I'm like, "None of your business." Like
you guys
mind your business.
Yeah.
You guys sleep for 12 hours a night.
Because for a while there, I was trying Rocket League. I suck so bad. I don't know how people are so freaking good at that game.
They're flying through the fucking air.
It is insane. But like I'll be like, oh, I finally got it. Then I'll like hit the wrong button. I'm like, I went the wrong way. Like now I'm not even close to the ball. But I was putting in hours because like again going back to the whole brotherly competition thing. Like he got me into that, and it was one of those things where like I wanted to kick his ass in it because he was kicking my ass in it. But like I would go online and then I just felt bad for those people because I'm like, sorry, I'm on your team. Like,
sorry. And everyone would just passive aggressively say, "Nice."
Yeah,
we've all been there.
Like I could maybe be a goalie. That's about the best I could probably do in Rocket League at this point in time. But no, like I was putting in hours, like just literally doing Rocket League or other games, and yeah.
Cool. So I'm giving you 1,027 points.
Good God, you took this to an excessive scale.
Fuck you.
He had shots of whiskey and a lot of beer.
That puts you at what? Yeah. By the way, I finished my 8% beer. Woo. That puts you at 1,532 points.
Sweet. Ooh. And my final question.
Okay, you said this is a special question.
1,523 points. So get it wrong.
For literally all of the points you will ever need to win this game, where should every goddamn listener be on May 13th?
I mean, there's a lot of places they could be. But I would say from at least 10 a.m. until 3 p.m., they should be at Hale Varsity to play some Mario Kart, even if they suck, because at least they can beat up on some children for charities. I think that's how that goes, is you beat children for charities at the Mustache Madness.
So you're telling me
virtually
you drink,
beat up on children.
You beat the fuck out of kids. And we call it charity.
Yeah.
Well, let me tell you, sir, you just earned yourself 3,064 points.
You win the game. You win.
Do I own this
what
now?
does he win?
Is this my podcast now? I'm pretty sure this is my podcast.
You know what you win? Another shot of whiskey. Woo! 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 Oh, man.
Oh, it was so great getting to know you, getting to know your
gaming.
He
is pouring the whiskey. Hold on a minute. Oh, everyone's getting one more. All right.
Everyone's getting one more. We will.
What a fucking day.
This is the greatest episode of Game Tea we have ever recorded.
Sorry, Travis, but I completely agree. That's
yours. This is mine.
All right, everybody. One more time to the kids.
To the kids.
To the kids.
Yes, sir. Ooh. All right. So, We've got an amazing charity with an amazing cause coming up that Game Tea is going to be a part of. Jamie, thank you so much for joining us today. By the way, you fucking undersold how much you know about gaming.
I didn't want to be like, yeah, I totally know gaming. And then you guys were, well, I mean, you threw some questions out there. They're like, well, what about this?
Who has the nicest ass?
Yeah, nice ass. I'm sorry. And I should have known that because I did play Metal Gear Solid. So.
I still debate that. I still think Captain
Falcon is good, dude. But have you ever seen Solid Snake when he's coming out of a box? It's just that right.
That could go
with the perfect shine and the fuck you guys.
Norman Reedus comes out of that box better. That's all I'm going to say. Death Stranding.
Debatable. All right, so that's it. Amazing charity coming up. Jamie, thank you so much for joining us today.
It has been great having you on the podcast. Come back anytime you feel like.
Absolutely.
And to everybody listening at home, remember, you can find more information about the event coming up on our social media page. You can come see me and Zar and Jamie and get some Seamus O'Healy.
Yep.
Allegedly.
The Eventbrite link will be in the description of this episode, so click that link and sign up at your earliest convenience. And
play Mario Kart for kids.
Yeah, play Mario Kart for kids. We will see you at the Hale Varsity Club on May 13th.
Oh, by the way, I never mentioned to you, but you need an exit, and I'm giving you literally 10 seconds to think of what you want to do. So, thank you all so much for listening to another episode of the Game Tea Podcast. We'll see you in the next episode.
You just got your Game Tea.
And nothing says charity like a good buzz.
Yeah. Okay, that was pretty good.
Bye.
Bye.
A Herd at Sports Network production.